What's up, folks? Ethan here at Hunt Ford in Franklin, Kentucky, and we are going to do a driving review of this all-new Ford Bronco Raptor. Took a little bit of a break with these longer style videos, but now we're back because we have plenty of stuff to talk about with Ford's new announcements for the future. So y'all stay tuned. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell so as we post more videos, you'll be the first one to catch it. Let's go ahead and check out this Bronco Raptor. This is that 3-liter turbocharged EcoBoost V6. This is going to be the same engine that is in the Ford Explorer ST, but this one's going to be tuned a little bit higher. Ford's saying this one's got about 400 horsepower, and so we're going to take a look and drive this today just to see about how much power it's got. Obviously, the EcoBoost 4-cylinder and the 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6 had been out on the Broncos for 2 model years now. We're pretty familiar with them. I owned a 4-cylinder for a little while, so I know pretty good of what the baseline of a normal Bronco drives like. I'm really excited to get a chance to open this one up and see how it drives. So let's check it out. All right, so we are inside the Bronco Raptor. We're gonna take it for a quick spin. Let's go ahead and get her started up. Really like this all digital cluster here. You've got your massive 12-inch screen. Obviously you've got your navigation built in. So let's check it out. I will say we have done a driving review also of the Jeep Wrangler 392. I'm interested to see how this one drives compared to that one. There is something to be said. It's very, very difficult to beat the sound of that V8 engine once it starts. And you know, you do miss that on this Bronco Raptor. It is definitely a lot more engine sound than the typical Bronco. That 2.7 definitely gives a lot of power compared to the regular 4-cylinder, but you can definitely tell there's more with this compared to the others. So we'll get out here, take it down one of our favorite country roads back here in Franklin, and we'll go from there. You can hear a little bit of tire noise. Obviously with 37-inch tires, it's going to be a little bit louder. We'll see kind of how much body roll we've got. But I'm excited. I'm ready to see how this thing does. We'll get it up to speed here in a second. Let's go for it. Definitely a better exhaust sound on this one in comparison to the other Broncos. Obviously you can do some aftermarket adds to those, but that extra horsepower, that bigger engine is just going to give you a lot more power, sound, and you know, it's impressive. Handles pretty good. I'm excited to see how it does on some turns here in a moment. Keep it kind of low-key until we get off the main road. This is one of our favorite spots this way. Let's see what we've got. It is wide. I think they said that this is about 87 inches wide from mirror to mirror, so significantly wider than the other Broncos in the lineup. Unfortunately, no off-road driving for this test. Our apologies in advance. But you can get the idea. Very, very slowly approaching fall here in Kentucky. You can tell from the trees. I'll tell you what, for this thing to be as tall, have as much, you know, of a lift, tires, you'll see it in the walk around video. You know, the front of the hood comes up to, you know, kind of middle of my chest. I'm a pretty short guy. You know, I've heard it in comments before. But yeah, this thing is pretty tall and drives pretty comfortably for, you know, the different modifications that Ford has done versus a regular Bronco. You know, I was thinking it might be a little different to drive, but outside of the extra power, it really isn't that different. Handle's still pretty good. Responsive brakes. Not a lot of body roll. I'm impressed. This thing drives really well. Obviously, country roads in Kentucky are not the desired location for this thing. You really want to be in the desert somewhere. You know, it's not even really a rock crawler per se, but if you were to buy this as a daily driver, you've got something that's a lot of fun. While we're here, we'll go ahead and filter through some of the different modes. So we're in normal exhaust. Let's get sport. Go over to Baja. Let's see what quiet does. Oh yeah, that really takes it down. Ford's done a lot of work with these different active baffle exhausts. They're really effective at, you know, changing the sound of your exhaust. Obviously, you can go through and change your steering, make it a little more comfortable, a little bit looser, you know. You can also tune it up a little bit, tighten it up, make it a little bit more responsive for any of those times where you want just a little bit more ability to control where you're at. Put that back to normal. take a left up here. So, I'm impressed. This thing drives really well. I was curious to see how Ford would take those, you know, driving habits and those driving features from the F-150 Raptor and bring them into this Bronco with, you know, the obvious, you know, challenges of it being a smaller vehicle, and, you know, giving it the ability to still feel like a Bronco, a little bit more off-road geared and less like a kind of heavy truck that has this kind of speed. So, you know, it's very impressive, and, you know, I'm definitely pleased. So as we go ahead and pull back into the dealership, you know, I'm impressed. I think the Bronco Raptor definitely pulls from that, you know, that feeling that the F-150 Raptor brings it down to a little bit more compact package, while also still feeling very, you know, off-road focused. Obviously, you can still have the removable hardtop. Feels really premium for a vehicle that costs about as much as it does. And so, yeah, I think Ford did a great job here. I'm really excited to see, you know, what people can do with these in the areas that it's really designed for. Obviously, here in Kentucky, we don't have the wide open space as much that you can do it. And so I think that Ford really knocked it out of the park here. As we get stopped here, let's go ahead and filter through so you can see the different animations on your drive modes or your goat modes. Changes the look of your cluster back here. Obviously, Baja is going to bring up your front-facing screen with your tire lines to see kind of how you need to map it out. Got rock crawl, which is going to ask you to shift into 4 low. We're not going to go ahead and do that. And that's all the way to the left. Let's go to the right. You got tow haul, slippery, and then you've got sport. And back to normal. So yeah, we're impressed. I like the different touches here. Heated seats, heated steering wheel. Very impressed with this vehicle. Obviously, we're gonna do a full walk around, post that here soon. You'll see kind of how it looks, and we'll go over a little bit more in detail on the interior and the exterior. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. We like to get down there and to have a conversation with you all and to see, you know, what you all think about these vehicles as well. If you think I forgot anything, let me know. Other than that, y'all, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll talk to you later.